Hello students and welcome to my channel Maths App. So in this video, I will be telling you about arguments. So let us understand what are arguments. So an argument is a statement which asserts that given set of propositions taken together gives another proposition P. So these are expressed as, suppose the different propositions, the set of propositions are represented by the propositional variables P1, P2 and so on up till Pn. So when we take them together, that gives rise to P. So all these set of propositions P1, P2, Pn, which are taken together, they are called as premises or the assumptions, and the resultant proposition that it gives rise to is called the conclusion, right? So whenever an argument is true, it is called a valid argument, and whenever the argument is false, it is called a fallacy, right? So a group of propositions taken together when it gives rise to a new propositional statement, that propositional statement is said to be an argument, and that argument can be true, which leads to a valid argument, and if that argument is false, then it leads to a fallacy, right? So now let us check a question where we are checking the validity of an argument, right? So if he works hard, then he will be successful. If he is successful, then he will be happy. Therefore, hard work leads to happiness. So in this whole argument, you can see there are certain hidden propositions inside it. So let us find out those propositions. So the first proposition is he works hard. The second proposition is he will be successful. And the third proposition that we are talking about is he will be happy, right? So when we convert this into a logical statement, so we will first identify the propositional variables, that is P, he works hard, Q, he is successful, and R, he is happy. So let's come to the first statement. The first statement is connected with if and then, so it's an implication that P implies Q, right? The second statement is again an implication if and then statement. So here Q and R are connected, so Q implies R, right? Therefore, hard work leads to happiness. That means hard work is with statement P, it is leading to happiness. Happiness is R, right? That means if these two are happening, that means we're connected with an and symbol. It is leading to. Leading is again an implication, therefore it is leading to, right? So now we need to check, now once we have converted the statement into an argument, we need to check its validity. So we have to find its truth values and then see that whether it is a valid argument or a fallacy, right? So now, so we have this truth table with us. In this truth table, let us complete. So I've given the entries according to the problem that we have framed. So the question was P implies Q and Q implies R together with leading to P implies R, right? So here, let's fill this table. So you can see that according to the question statement, I have made the possible requirements in the different columns. And now when we fill it up, P implies Q. True implies true is true. True implies true is true. True implies false is false. False implies true is true. True implies false is false. False implies true is true. False implies false is false. False implies false is false. Now Q implies R. Again, true implies true, true. True implies false, false. False implies true is true. True implies true is true. False implies false is true. True implies false is false. False implies true is true. False implies false is true. Right? So if you have forgotten the implication truth table, so do watch my uh, ta- video on implication operator, right? And you will be familiar with this. Now we need to join these two columns with an AND operator. True and true is true. True and false is false. False and true is false. True and true is true. False and true is false. True and false is false. True and true are true. Right? Next is P implies R. So true implies true is true. True implies false is false. True implies true is true. False implies true is true. True implies false is false. False implies false is true. False implies true is true. False implies false is true. Now this is implying this. So true implies true, true, false implies false is true, false implies true is true, true implies true is true, false implies false is true. This is also true, and these two are also true. So in the final outcome, the last column, all the truth values are coming out to be true. So that means if all the truth values are coming out to be true, so the given argument becomes a valid argument, right? So I hope you have understood this, right? So now let's work out another question and see how to do it. You need to check the validity of the argument. If my brother stands first in the class, I will give him a watch. Either he stood first or I was out of station. I did not give him a watch this time. Therefore, I was out of station. So, what all propositions are hidden inside this? In this case, you can see that my brother stands first in the class is one of the propositions. I will give him a watch. This is the second proposition, right? Then, if he stood first, I was out of station. So, this was the third proposition. So we have identified our proposition that my brother stands first in the class is P. Q is I will give him a watch. R is I was out of station, right? So let's come to the first statement. If my brother stands first in the class, I will give him a watch. So which kind of operator is it? Logical operator, connector it is. It is if then. That means if my brother stands first in the class, then I will give him a watch. So P implies Q, right? The second one, either he stood first or I was out of station. So either he stood first was P, either or. So it is disjunction operator. I was out of station, so it is R. Right? I did not give him a watch this time. So that means we are talking about the negation of the statement Q. Therefore, I was out of station. So when all these happen together, so we will connect them with AND operator. It is leading to that he was out of station. That means it is implying R, right? So this is our argument now, and we need to check its validity. So again, I have made the columns accordingly. So you can see that the statement was P implies Q. This was the first statement. Then we had P or R. Then we had negation Q. And finally, it was all leading to that I was out of station, that it is R, right? Now let us try to complete this table. And when we try to complete this table, P implies Q. This is true, this is true, this is true implies false is false. This is again true, this is again false. This is true, true, and true. P or R. So this is true, then this is true. Next one, false or true is again true. True false is again true. False false is again false. False true is true. False false is again false. Right? Now what is negation Q? So negation Q will become false, false. This is true. This is false. Then we have true again, false again, true again, true again. Right? Now let us combine all these three with the help of the AND operator. So this will be false, this will be false, this will be false, this will be false, false, again false, this is true, and this is again false, right? Now this column implies R. So false implies true is true, false implies false is false, sorry, true, false implies true is true, false implies true is true, false implies false is true, false implies false is true, true implies true is true, false implies false is again true. So again, you can see here that the all the truth values of the last column are coming out to be true. So therefore, this is again going to be a valid argument, right? So I hope you have understood from the English statement how to frame the argument and then how to check its truth value, right? So I'm giving you one exercise to do. You need to check the validity of the argument. But if I work, I cannot study. Either I work or pass mathematics. I passed mathematics, therefore I study. So you need to check its validity and let me know. I've already given you the statements for your hint. So you need to check its validity and let me know in the comment section whether it is a valid argument or a fallacy. Right? Okay. So thank you so much. I hope you have understood the video. And if you like the video, do hit the like button and do subscribe my channel to get the latest updated video. Have a nice day and thank you so much.